Yo, what's good, man? It's your boy DT3, man, and I'm back at you with another video, man. New media, notification gang, God Squad. It's what it is, man. I have come to realize and understand fighters are not afraid to lose. Some fighters are not afraid to lose. Some of them aren't. Some of them are, some of them aren't. I don't want to contradict what I've said in previous videos. But some fighters, or most fighters, they're really afraid of Parkinson's. If you look at why some of these fighters are not fighting the best, aside from the bullshit with promoters and politics, all that, what I've come to realize is they are really afraid of looking like how Ali looked 20 years after his career. They're afraid of looking or being how Sugar Ray Robinson was 20 years after their career. That's why they'll fight 20 no-name cats, 20 guys, 30 guys that they could just run through. That's why fighters are only fighting, at the most, maybe 50 times in their whole career. And then they retire and go do something else. Because they are not finna be that, which is of a Sugar Ray Robinson and a Muhammad Ali, or even a Freddie Roach. And it's not a knock on Freddie. I like Freddie. I fucks with Freddie. But what I'm saying is fighters are afraid of that. They really are. Even some football players are afraid of that because of concussions. But I really realize that fighters are afraid of what comes with the lifestyle of a fighter. If you look at when boxing and combat sports was at its all-time high, when it was at its peak, at its best, in my opinion, boxing was at its best from the 40s all the way to about the early 2000s. I ain't even gonna flex. Boxing was literally real boxing. Everybody fought everybody. I mean, you have people ducking, because Riddick Bowe ducked Lennox Lewis when he had won the WBC belt, and they said he was going to have to fight Lennox. He put that shit in the garbage. He got rid of that shit real quick. But fighters still fought everybody, and it was it was more of a chance for you to have tougher fights in those days because fighters were just dogs. Nowadays, when you got one fighter that's a dog and another fighter that's a dog, y'all gotta build all this hype around them. Build it up to make all this money because this might be my last fight, or this dude, I might get fucked up, or I might get knocked out, so I gotta build as much money because this is a 50-50 fight. Fighters are scared of 50-50 fights in boxing. And I'm so tired of people saying, even Andre Ward said this shit about rushing your career. You couldn't say rushing your career to a fighter in the 50s and the 60s, bro. Because everybody was saucy. Damn near every boxer in the 50s, 60s, and 70s was good, bro. Damn near. So it was hard. And also, damn near every fighter that fought in that era, they trained really hard. So they was always in tip-top shape, really good shape. So damn near every fight was a tough fight. Could you imagine if it was like that now? Could you imagine? A lot of fighters wouldn't even be fighting. They be playing football or basketball or some shit. Because the sport would be too hard for them. What would Wilder do if he couldn't duck nobody? What if Fury has to fight Dillian White? What if Wilder has to fight Dillian White? Are we going to take your shit? The WBC don't want to see no real fights. They don't want to see no real raw dog fights. They don't want to see that. Everybody on that bullshit. Because they scared of where they're going to be 20 years from now. Why do you think all these fighters is trying to find other niches outside of boxing? So if For whatever reason, that niche gives them a lucrative amount of money to where they don't have to fight no more. That's what they gonna do. One person I respect, and this is gonna be funny to y'all. It's one person I respect that could have did that and didn't. And that was Floyd Money Mayweather. Floyd didn't never have to fight again, bro. Floyd could have fought Oscar and got on. He wasn't broke. He didn't need boxing for money. He had money. Floyd wasn't fighting for money the last few fights of his career. He wasn't. I mean, yeah, he fought for money, but it wasn't because he needed it. It was literally for his legacy. It wasn't because I money funny. I got kids. I need. It wasn't that. It was literally like, hey, you good? I'm good. I want to see what I could do against a guy like you, even though I know I could whoop your ass. And on top of that, I'm finna get paid hella bread to whoop your ass. But fighters nowadays are scary, bro. They scared to fight the top fighters out here because they know, some years later, brain damage is real. Brain damage is real. Sugar Ray Robinson had it. Muhammad Ali had it. Freddie Roach is dealing with it. So it's real, man. When you in this business, when you in this game, you need to accept everything that come with it. And if you ain't willing to accept everything that come with it, get the fuck out this game. You ain't finna, if you want to be in the streets, you want to rip and run the streets, you want to gang bang, well, you got to be prepared for everything that come with it. Which means you more than likely gonna go to jail. You're more than likely gonna get shot at or shot. People that you grew up with or people that you call your homies, some of them will die. You will have to deal with that. That comes with the territory. If you don't want to deal with that, you shouldn't be gangbanging. You don't need to be in the streets. It's that simple. If you worrying about brain damage and not being able to function and you trying to take all these easy fights because you ain't, bro, you in the wrong business. This is the hurt business, the fight game, bro. If you worrying about, I don't want to have Parkinson's in 20 years after I retire, well, then up your game. Because I don't see Floyd going to have anything wrong with him. He's one of the most defensive fighters of all time. Sweet Pea, before he died, rest in peace. You didn't see him having like hella brain issues. You know why? He was hella defensive. The fighters that have the most issues with brain trauma, and it's fucked up that Ali got brain trauma because he fought too long. Because if you look at his documentary, called Muhammad Ali, What's My Name? Where basically Ali is talking the whole documentary. You could see Ali where he should have stopped. Ali should have stopped fighting after, in my opinion, he didn't even need to fight in the Thrilla in Manila. But after the Thrilla in Manila, he could have retired, been done. But he kept fighting on. And he didn't need to. He really didn't need to. Real talk. But these fighters are scared, man. They scared of getting Parkinson's. They scared of their brains turning to mush 20 years after their career. That's why they not fighting 70 and 80 times. Like, I'm nervous for Manny. Because to be real with you, Manny is a throwback. Because Manny got damn near, he got like 70 fights and shit. Manny got fights. Like, if you got 50 or more fights, you a throwback. Because Sugar Ray Robinson had over 120 fights? And knocked out of the 120, he knocked out 109 of them. But if you look at Sugar Ray Robinson in some of his fights, he did take a lot of punishment. He had a great chin. He got hit a lot, throughout his career. So he paid for it later. So I'm telling y'all, any young boxers coming up, work your defense, man. Get your defense up. Be sharp. All right? Don't think because you willing to throw punches that you a good fighter. Don't think because you throw more punches than the person on the other side of you, you going to be a great fighter. It takes more than throwing punches to be a great fighter. Got to have defense. Your defense will save your life. Serious. This is the sweet science, the art of hitting and not getting hit. Learn the art of not getting hit as well as hitting people. Okay? Because I don't want to see, I'm going to tell y'all the God honest truth. I don't want to see no boxer today that's fighting in my time today. 20 years from now, I don't want to see none of them with Parkinson's or severe brain damage. I don't want to see that. I want every boxer that's in boxing, every fighter that's in combat sports, MMA, boxing, whatever you do, kickboxing, whatever it is you do, I want to see y'all get out the sport while y'all still got y'all minds. And I want to see y'all when y'all old men still having y'all minds. I do. Regardless of how much shit I may talk about y'all now, because I'm always going to talk shit about y'all now. But once we become old men and, you know, I probably won't be talking about this shit no more. You guys won't be talking about it no more because y'all not fighting no more. I still want y'all to have y'all minds. I still want y'all to be able to move around with your grandkids or great-grandkids because some of y'all got kids. You know what I'm saying? So I still want y'all to be able to do that. Now, I might talk shit about y'all as far as boxers, but as men, I still want y'all to be successful. I still want y'all to be able to be with your families. I still want y'all to be coherent with your families. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, that's who y'all are with when all this is said and done is your family. And I don't want y'all to put all your lives on the line and fuck yourselves up to the point where now, 20 years later, you can't even eat breakfast or dinner with your family because, you know, you let your brain go too much because you fought too many times. You fought past your prime. Nowadays, the fighters aren't all that good to where it's not that many tough fights. It's really only for every top fighter in the game today, to me, it's only literally a handful of tough fights. It's really only a handful of them. So I don't see the fighters of today having those problems, or they shouldn't have those problems unless they fight past their prime. Like, I think Manny should fight maybe once or twice. After that, get out. Get out. Because you 40 years old. You know, Keith Thurman was hitting you with some good shit. You know, Keith Thurman was hitting you with some good shots. And what I also saw with the Manny Pacquiao fight, Manny Pacquiao is easier to hit now. Manny Pacquiao still Manny Pacquiao, but he do get hit a lot more than what I'm used to seeing him get hit, to tell you the truth. So, Manny, for the sake of Jinky, if your sons, your daughters, and your country, fight a few more times, you know, get your issue out and get out and take care of your family and your country, bro. I don't want to see you, Manny, at 60, you know, you can't hold your grandbabies. You know, you're not functioning right. You just kind of just, I don't want to see you like that, Manny. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see no fighter like that. So fight the tough fights while you're young enough to fight them, while you're young enough to have the recovery time to get your body back so you don't lose too much. Because when you older and you fighting them tough, I'm telling you, it's harder on you. Okay? For real, for real. I don't want to see y'all like that. Real talk. It's your boy DT3, man. Real shit. If you like the video, like the video. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell icon so you can be notified every time I hit y'all with some hot shit, man. Follow me on Instagram at DT_boom. Follow me on Twitter at DBoyWSO, man. You already know who it is, man. It's your boy, DT3, New Media, Notification Gang. God Squad. That's what it is, man. One.